Are your followers gonna care if I swear?
No.
Okay.
Well, we can't monetize the video, but yeah, that's okay.
Oh.
Whatever. We can bleep it out. I'll have my editor bleep it out.
Okay. Because everyone knows that
Hi.
This is Jeff.
Hello, guys.
Hi, guys.
So we're on YouTube and on Instagram right now. So.
Yeah, which is super exciting.
Well, mine will be up later.
So, my name is Jamie for Jeff's people, and this is Jeff Weibo for my people. Jeff, majority of the time, works with investment real estate.
That's right.
So I thought it was super interesting to have him on here, especially the first time that we're doing this, because because last week I did a Q&A,
right,
and then this week is my first.
Did you get any extra questions this week, or?
Yeah, I think I forgot a couple last week.
Okay.
But some of them I wasn't exactly comfortable answering. Like somebody asked me what I make and stuff.
Well, that's an interesting question though. Traditionally, Canadians, we don't like talking about what we make, but I don't know, I find it fascinating.
Do it
I did it on purpose because I saw some top realtors starting to do it, so then I emulated them. If they're not afraid of it,
like
why should all the $1 million listing agents, like what they're selling and that, you know?
Yeah, and see, I mean...
Well, obviously my course that I have is called How to Make $100K in 1 year as a realtor, so...
Right.
Talk about that at least.
Yeah, if you want to, go ahead, because like...
Oh, sure.
I don't know much about it.
Okay, for Jamie's listeners, I made a realtor course. So there might be people on here that are just interested in buying real estate, but to anybody looking to become a realtor, I made a course kind of how I operated in my first year, because I'm two and a half years in right now. Creeping up on 3, I think. And I talked about my first year journey in the course and how I made $100,000. Hopefully you can eliminate all my mistakes and just use all the good things that I did, and then maybe you'll make more. So.
Well, and remember on my Q&A when somebody asked me what my best advice for somebody getting into the real estate business is, it's learning from other people's mistakes. It's the best thing. And I mean, it's just a general thing. It's not just real estate. It's in any business, and I mean, school, anything whatsoever.
Right.
If you can learn from the people that have already made those mistakes.
Well, exactly. Why would you?
It'd be like, tell me why you shouldn't.
And our brokerages, amongst our friends here, are pretty good to help each other out. We're not all like, haha, good luck, you know.
Oh, that sounds like a shitty situation. Have fun.
You know, hey guys, how do I do an open house? You know, so
it's true, and different of a that didn't make any grammatical sense. Us as different people, we have strengths in different ways. Like Dan is always like harassing me about picking up people at open houses, and that's just not something that I'm good at. But Megan, like her first week in the office, she sold $1 million in real estate because of an open house. Like, well,
it's true, and then so many agents want you to copy them somewhat. And you need to always figure out what works for you for the most part. You can take the elements of what these people are saying, but then I think you still got to always come up with your niche, or you're just a robot out there.
I agree, and that has always been, authenticity is like one of my favorite words when people ask me, because I have had people now starting to ask me how to like run your social media and stuff like that, and I think that you do it a very different way
than
what I do. He does more of the like flashy advertisement type media, and I do the more like, you know, like my hair's up in a bun and I don't have makeup on, and we're talking about yesterday I ripped jeans on Instagram. you know,
I saw that. Yeah.
Right. So it's just different.
Yeah, yours is great because people get to know you, and then when they meet you out there in the field to buy a house, they already know you, and they just like, okay, let's get to it, and they go, oh, look, that jean thing was hilarious. So maybe you spend more time probably talking by the car on the way home or before you leave the property, but your buyers and sellers will feel so much more confident with you than, I think, I'm not a big person on door knocking or cold calling, because then I don't know that person. I have to then win them over quickly
while you're trying to,
and then tell them to sell their house and have them trust me that I'm telling them that this is the right price. I just don't like that. I would rather this networking, and then that's the best part about social media. What you're doing is eliminating a lot of the networking, like the one-to-one. You're doing one-to-many.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny because for the first couple years in my business, and I was at a different brokerage before, and everybody was like, oh, ask Jamie if you want social media advice. Ask Jamie, ask Jamie. And I'm just sitting there like, don't ask me because I don't know anything. Like, I literally don't know any facts. I've never studied it. You study the algorithm.
Try.
A little bit.
The problem is it changes so many times. So you can't win. And like, if somebody
like
asks you,
rates.
come to Jamie for advice. Well, tomorrow's it has an update and there's a new thing now, right? So
yeah.
My suggestion to anybody out there trying to do social media is just keep trying things daily. And guess what? You get forgiven a lot on social media. Like, think of the Instagram stories. They're gone in 24 hours. If your knee-cutting jeans thing was stupid, it's gone. And if people remember that and they DM you about it, it was a win. And people can go through them quickly. Like, don't feel so... Like, some of the girls in the office will take 15 takes. Maybe you do.
I used to, and now
and
it doesn't make any sense. And that's why I've started swearing more on my videos. But
it's real.
That's the thing. Honestly, you guys, like... I can't help it, and I would rather swear on Instagram and have you be like, oh, hey, than me go over and be a robotic type.
Right. Hi, today I'm your realtor. We're gonna learn about this, or that's.
Yeah, and that's why I want to switch up having different guests too. Mm-hmm. You get different types of people's opinions, and that's why I love our office because we've got. You and Phil are the like investor type realtors, so like when you guys start to chat with us when we have like pool parties and stuff, I like start screaming at these guys. I'm like, what is wrong with you? You do real estate just the weirdest way to me.
Yeah, you said it to me once.
Yeah, and it is true. Like it's like, and I said this last week on my question and answer. We like he'll be like, what are your thoughts on staging a house? Let me just ask you.
My thoughts. Well, a house, definitely.
But like
when it's an investment property, it's hard because you have tenants involved and everything. You can try to get them to clean up, but it doesn't work all the time. A house, I would love to. I've even purchased for my sellers that were wimping out the entire staging because I need the property sold. To me, I can operate on a very business transaction kind of a way. Like I can understand these people are tight on money sometimes, but sometimes my people buy and sell constantly. So if I can just stage it for them, eliminate a little bit of a headache, I'm going to get 3 more listings down the road. Whereas sometimes in residential, you sell their house once and you might not hear from them for 5 years.
Right, and that is absolutely something that I think about as only like because I limited myself, right? That's essentially what I'm doing. Is whereas you kind of are like an octopus. You can do everything.
Yeah, I could.
Right, you're doing a lease right now.
Yeah, doing a lease.
Those are so fun for us.
But, yeah, like this month we have the same seller selling like 3 times. Like we've got them the properties before, they're fixing them up and they're putting them back on. So like that's some repeat business. For you, after you've staged it, you really have to hit that referral and get them to talk about their friends. I only want 20-something clients. And I don't want Tommy from Toronto calling, being like, "Can you find me the greatest deal?" Because I don't trust Tommy. He's cold called me. Yes, he's seen me on YouTube or Instagram or whatever, but I'd rather give my best deals to my loyal network.
Yeah.
So that's how I, real estate and investing wise, operate. So.
And see, so that's very different because, like Jeff said, so one of my busiest clients right now. He's probably gonna bring me like 1 or 2 deals a year, and that's simply just because like we're unloading his rental properties right now.
And what price range would you think he's selling at, roughly?
The rentals are around 3.
Okay, so like roughly about a $6,000 commission.
Yes.
I'm gonna talk money now. Okay, go on. And then the other ones, those 2.
His home is around $450. Okay. And he's also purchased Millstone home for investment purposes as well.
Okay, you might be getting into like $20,000 on commissions, right?
Yeah.
And this is one connection.
Yeah.
One connection.
But
$20,000.
That said, that for you, your client, you have one client who's selling 3 houses this month.
Yeah.
I have one client who's a great client, loyal, all of the greatest things. But it's elongated.
It is.
I will make all of that money
Over a year, but
or
I mean, what if you had 4 other people like this? Now you're at 100K.
Right.
And 5 people get now.
Absolutely.
And that's how it can kind of start going.
It's a loyalty thing, and
exactly.
for me, it's very much. I don't know. I just want to know that like. Randomly, they're not going to just get another realtor.
But they shouldn't. If you're the one who like set up their staging, did everything, and you're like in their life, they're following you on social. You're there for them when they call. This morning he's not even listing with me. I think he's going to try to sell privately because the numbers are tight. He's like, who's your photographer? I'm like, well, here's my guy. He's like, can you see if he's available? Yep. Set it up. I didn't even ask him like, are you paying for this or am I paying for this? It's just kind of like, let's figure out later. He's not using me on purpose. He just, sometimes money's tight on this one. Anyways, it's just that goodwill. And they will, I always say in my programming for realtors is that they need to need Jamie and they need to need Jeff, and then they're not going to go somewhere else because they want to save, because there's so many discount realtors coming.
There's just so many
in North America. But we can't get overly mad at it. We need to be above and beyond that. So we have to be the people that know the staging, how to fix the floors, who to call. You don't have to know how to fix the floors. You just have to know who to call. You call me, and I can give you a contact.
Yeah.
And that's going to become valuable as an agent. And then we're not just agents anymore. We're marketers. This is what we do.
We wear a lot of hats. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys saw my live. Did you see my live in my open house the other day? The cat.
Yes.
Just
was that toilet paper. At the open house they left the cat? Or you brought your cat?
No, I know.
I didn't understand that. I was wondering.
I love this because I'm the only person he would have assumed that about, that I brought my cat to an open house.
Welcome.
That's perfect, Jordan.
Please sign in.
Yeah, seriously. But I mean, he was acting like my cat. He was like coming up and touching my nose. But no, the cat, that was the owner's cat. And he had just finished destroying.
What did the public say every time they walked in and saw the cat? Did they care? Like...
That was the nice, you know what? It was actually really funny. It was really funny. It was, because it's different. Some cats like hide the whole open house and you don't even know they're there. Some cats sleep on the bed the whole open house and they're like every time somebody comes in, they're like,
how many times like, don't let the cat out and you can't find it?
Yeah, you're like, I didn't see a cat, so hopefully it's in. I don't know.
What's some people saying here?
If you ever need any electrical work.
There you go. You'd be happy to help.
Em is always going to be loyal to me. Thank you, honey.
Perfect.
I appreciate that. My heart. I was saying something. Oh yeah, we were talking about stuff that we do for our clients, and I just wanted to bring up too, because I am doing something very similar for my client right now. He is, so like I said, we're trying to unload his rental property, and he is so overwhelmed. He just had his 3rd baby. He's got 2 jobs because his wife can be a stay-at-home mom, which is amazing. So lucky, but he gets very he's now got a 3rd baby and he's trying to like finish up this rental property to sell it, and it's a lot. So what I'm doing for him is I'm going over and I'm taking my big fatty notebook here and making some notes, and what I'm gonna do is put it into a spreadsheet, and then we can look at it as like a grand scheme of things, and what we're gonna do is like organize quotes and stuff like that. So like we're gonna need cleaners, and we're gonna need painters, and we're gonna need a junk removal service. So like I can call it around, put the quotes on the spreadsheet, and then my client can actually just sit there and it'll be all organized for him and everything, and like the headache.
If we can eliminate their stress like this and one-stop shop, that's how we get paid a lot of money.
Right, and honestly, like I have always just based my business on what I would expect from a professional if I hired him.
I don't even like calling somebody twice if I already know the answer or if they've told me the answer before. So, like, for example, if it could be easy thing like where they put the key or what the code is. If he's had it in a previous text, I never even bother my client with like, what's the code again? Because I just feel that's one more like question and it feels very unprofessional.
Yeah.
And so like if they're just saying, hey, can you get this cleaned? My answer is always yes. Not, well, what time work? I just kind of figure it out, especially if there's like a manager or somebody else or if it's vacant. You get it done.
The property you work with they're mostly vacant, so it's nice that you can go and do those things for your clients if you want. Yeah. Like I know Phil, you guys get to go in like during the renovation process and they get to like advertise during the renovation process, so people are
coming
waiting for 2 or 3 months.
Like we said, I'm not a realtor. I'm a marketer, and then I'm a realtor. I'm a social media marketer, whatever.
Yeah.
So we'll tease coming soon, all this, and then you get the DMs coming in. Hey, what's up with that? Can I get in? We get a lot of stuff sold off the market, and you can tease it as well with honestly. So anybody doesn't know, we have Matrix, which tells us all the new listings, but there's underground networks that happen in London right now, and we have Instagram, where I see a lot of properties that are upcoming that say coming soon before they hit the date on the market, right?
Yeah.
And then there's also that Facebook group that has them all.
Yeah.
So honestly, for all the juicy details, I don't even barely need to go on Matrix anymore.
I know.
Because I can literally, all the people I want to deal with and know about and text and being hey, what do you got upcoming? Da, 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 da. It's all on social now. So.
Mm-hmm. Even we've got a Facebook group for just the agency, and if
I'll tease my stuff in there. I'll be hey guys, I got St. Thomas, I got this. So
yeah, exactly.
The worst though is when everybody only contacts me when it's listed. And I'm where the heck were you 2 weeks ago?
I know. But see, for okay, and what do you think? Okay, this is a really good question to ask you. Because I think that it varies from realtor to realtor.
Yeah.
Do you think it's better to make it on the market? Or sell, I think, or is it unique? Is the situation unique?
Okay, well, if you priced it decently, there can be almost an off-market price and an on-market price. So let's say your seller still had to fix up a bunch of stuff, but you're pre-selling it a bit. Maybe now that eliminates their headache and they just don't have to fix it up and it's gone.
And people would buy it as is,
and
correct?
They'll buy it as is because they can do the bathroom.
They exist.
Or do you want I have to go visit some people right now, then they're should I replace the vanity or put the vanity in? Is a buyer going to like this or like this? And it's that's such a subjectional thing.
And then you're spending money on something that might go in the garbage.
Exactly. Right? So the as-is price might be a bit better sometimes. It can just make sense for people to offload it. And sometimes your buyer will just pay the market value anyways. So it might just be easy. You get the dates. It's not always the dollars. It can be the dates as well. I'm sure you noticed.
Yeah. It's funny because people think, they really do, they think our job is so easy. And I don't know if you can even tell from this conversation, but we've already covered so many different parts of what we do that I laugh about it every day. I'm well, today I'm a lawyer because I'm going through a rental contract for a furnace, trying to figure out if my client should buy this house based on this freaking rental contract or not. You know what I mean? So I'm okay, don't know what I'm reading, but let's do it. And Rach is really great. She helps me with everything. So if I ever feel slightly anxiety or slight anxiety is what I should have said. So
if you wanted to talk a little bit about the market right now,
I do.
What I ran into, a weird thing this week, I got a price reduction. Have you ever done that in a while?
I have not.
Because the market's been so hot, you wouldn't even imagine to be can you take $1,000 off or something?
Yeah.
And we got $1,500 off for a little bit of maintenance. It was an interesting one.
Oh, you mean you put in the offer?
I put in an offer. It was conditional. We did a home inspection, and then I beat them up at the end. I haven't been seeing that as much because everybody's just one, you can never even.
You can't even negotiate.
You couldn't even get inspection conditions for a while. And then you couldn't get financing conditions. This summer you could get them. And now I got that, and I was able to kind of beat them up a little bit at the end. Sometimes they'll just fix the maintenance, actually. It's not just removal of money. They didn't want to do the maintenance, and they just said, take some money. Yeah. So, but I just hadn't really got into that nitty-gritty negotiations in a while.
Well, because there's no opportunity for it. And too,
it's too hot.
When the market changes, we have to change the way that we do our business. And so my poor client, this is a perfect example, my first-time buyer, so what happened was, and I wanted to tell this story because it really does give you an insight on how the market is right now, especially in the first-time buyer price range. My first-time buyer, we went and saw a house last Thursday. It was the second day it was on the market, or the first or something. And I was late for my next appointment because she just loved it so much. I couldn't get her away from the house. And so her dad was there too. He really loved it. And they actually stayed. I had to take off and they stayed. So what we were initially talking about was doing a bully offer. And Anita Pimentel was the agent. She had a 244 signed. And really quick, what I'm gonna just explain to you, and hopefully this makes sense. 244 is a paper that you can get your sellers to sign, essentially saying that they will not look at any offers before such and such a date at such and such a time. This is good when, if your seller is going to be out of town for 2 weeks and you don't want to have to deal with, the bully offer until he comes back, or like the offers until he comes back, something like that. But it has been getting realtors in trouble a lot because they're getting these signatures, and then they're actually allowing the bullies to come in. And even though they're giving those the opportunity to everybody like we're supposed to,
somebody cries.
Somebody gets upset always because especially, I know for me, like I compartmentalize. I need, my Monday stuff I don't think about it until the day before, and if I have something I'm like, okay, I'm not thinking about that until literally the day before, because I can't, my brain can't hold it all. But so she got a 244 signed, and I called her and I said, hi, I just wanted to feel her out, see,
That's a big part.
It is. People are always like, oh, like, what do you think?
Get some
and I'm
info.
like, I need to just call the realtor. I just called them on my way home from the showing, and I'm like, so, and they're like, so, and some of them are like, blah, 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 blah. They tell you everything.
And nobody else knows.
I know. I love it. So honestly, like, it's one of the best tools. If you have a realtor, just be like, hey, call the listing agent and just chat him up.
Yeah, literally. Anything you can tell me? And sometimes they just say no, and sometimes they're like, well, this closing date would work, or
and
whatever.
sometimes I'm like, what do your people want from this deal? Yep. Like, what is their main goal? And
well, they've already bought a house.
Just having that conversation.
They've already bought a house and they're moving out at the end of the month. Perfect. So now I know that they have to leave.
But it's true. They do tell you things like that, and it blows your mind. Yeah. But it happens. I know it happens all the time. But so I'm getting super off my story here. Essentially, so I call Anita, and she's like, essentially in a nice way, she says like, don't you dare bully me. So I was like, all right. So then I tried to potentially use an escalation clause. Have you ever heard of those or dealt with them?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah, I've never done one, but I think I've heard Dan talk about it. It's you offer, and if somebody else offers, yours goes up.
You got
by
it.
X dollar, whatever.
Yes. So say the house is listed at $240. We go in at $245, but we have agreed to beat any offer by $500 up and until...
You know how dangerous that can be?
Do you know?
Obviously, it's not firm, but I mean, you could drop it on conditions, potentially. Or
it's a trust thing, first of all. Like, first and foremost, you have to know that the listing agent is a trustworthy human being. And, like, do you ever know that somebody's a trustworthy human being?
There's a lot of people in our industry.
There is a lot of people in our industry, and thankfully, this listing was dealt with by somebody so professional, and I actually thanked her for being Anita, because there were just so many opportunities. You should have seen the business cards on the table, and it just like it could have got so out of hand and so messy, and she kept it clean and she kept it easy. So it was so nice that.
Oh, I think I saw her posted on Instagram.
The sale?
I think so. She said this many showings, this many offers, and over asking.
Yeah, we went 25 over.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Hey, nice job.
12 offers, we got it. So, it's my boyfriend.
Nice.
So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so the escalation clause, I got my poor buyer, we were talking about doing the bully offer, and then I was like, nope, scrap that. And she's like, okay. And then we're talking about doing the escalation clause for like 4 days. And then the morning of offer day, I'm like, scrap that. Like, we're not doing it anymore, because I started doing my research, and the biggest issue is actually privacy. Because if I say that I'm going to beat any offer by $500, now I know the details of the highest offer. Minus $500. You know what I mean? Like, so that was essentially going to get her in trouble, right?
And I'm not saying her, obviously, but like random seller agent who calls his buddy to put in an offer. But like I said, if you're still conditional, or it was based on you had to give the deposit check. If you thought something was fishy when there's $1 million offer, all of a sudden you can just walk away. So that's the beauty. We can walk away a lot in real estate. The public doesn't really know. You guys might be all nervous signing your documents. There's so many outs after. You can just not give your checks. You could not close. You could get sued. But
I think Rachel's like gonna kill you.
Why? The public needs to know.
Hey, Rach.
How many of your buyers
Come
just
here.
hit the buttons? All of you.
She doesn't want to come.
We won't get the broker record in trouble.
What are you
Jeff
saying?
Webb
The who?
real estate.
I said she was gonna kill Jeff. Did you hear what he just said?
What?
This is what I love about Jeff is that he
Blunt
doesn't give a
instrument.
shit. He doesn't. But it's just because like that's what's made you your money, and that's why you are Jeff and I am not.
We do different. Real estate.
I am not Jeff.
No.
I am Jamie. You
Jamie.
guys didn't know. Hey, Phil.
Oh, Phil joined.
Hi, Phil.
Phil.
So anyways, we ended up not using that because it just
I just hate the 244 weekends. They're
that's
just crap.
right. And oh my god, the anxiety that her and I both had waiting 5 whole 24-hour long days to put in that offer. I shit you not, I cried when they told me that we got it. I cried. And then I called her and she cried.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my kind of real estate.
Can I tell you how I would run, how I use that 244 as an advantage, but the other way?
Absolutely.
So what I've had a lot of success this summer is not using the 244. I call that the no offers until Sunday piece of paper. What I do is say offers will be reviewed Sunday or Monday or whatever, list on like a Wednesday or Thursday, and then I write it right in the descriptions, no 244. It is saying, please bully me. And I will get they will send me offers, and I don't have to do anything with them. And if then the people don't want to wait till the fighting Sunday, they'll just send me a really good one on Friday. Usually cash, usually no inspection, no financing, done. And then all I do is tell all the realtors involved, and then sometimes they start getting. So sometimes you think Sunday night's going to be your crazy night, and then all of a sudden on a Thursday you're like up till midnight trying to like.
That happens. That's literally the exact same thing that happened for me with Belmont. My boyfriend was over, so he can attest to this. We were up till 2 a.m. doing paperwork. I came like back in from negotiating, and he was like on the couch, like
it's exhausting.
Falling asleep. But it is, and
waiting.
That wasn't even offer day. That was because we got a bully.
Like, hi Jeff, I'm just going to the office and I get that last signature, and you're like, hopefully you don't get in a car accident or something.
What happened with that agreement was, oh my god, you guys, this was nuts. What happened was I got a bully. Then I ended up getting 4 more offers. So all at one time, we had 5 offers. So I did my offer presentation at the 5 offers. I knew going into offer presentation that the prices were not high enough. None of them out of all 5 for my client. So because what we had done was priced low, tried to go high. So
you went back?
What happened is that I went back to the one girl because she was so adamant about negotiation. And when you sending in your offer is one thing, but when you make it known that you are willing to negotiate in multiple offer situations, like that could put you ahead.
Thanks for the ammo. Yeah,
it's true, and it can. Well, and that's what I said. This girl, I think she came in like 5,000 under what my clients wanted, and I took that and was like, you know what? She said she would negotiate. $5,000 is not that much. Let's do it. And she did. I called her and I said, hey, can your client do this? And she said, yeah. Oh, hi. Hi, girl.
And
low battery.
And you get deals done. Yeah.
Right.
It's like such a chess game. It's like a poker game a lot, right? We got to determine what the other people are going to do, and you don't know.
It is, and it's crazy.
And you got your seller on your back being like, what's going on? And you're like...
And it changes like
calm down.
That.
And then we you want to do so well because we want more business. So I'm in the trenches. Yes, we get a commission, hooray! But we our goal is to sell your house. It should be most selling agents would or to get you the best deal as a buyer agent. It's our job to fight for you, right? So.
100%, yeah. And that's why when like my poor first time buyer, it's so hard, so hard. When you get a first time buyer and it's literally always happens this way. It happened with my best friend in November. It's like the first house we go into, they fall in love with. It's like ironic. It happens every time. But the issue is usually the good houses like that, they go into multiples and they go over asking. So as a realtor, like you're working with this innocent little like naive first time buyer, usually most of them are, and you're basically like screaming in their face that they have to give all of their money away now. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
it's so hard to
you
like.
You gotta like sit them down and be like, okay, this isn't fun. This is war, and we gotta go to war.
And I actually
ended up. And they're like, what? It's my first time.
And they're like, Jamie, like, well, and my girl, she literally was like, I will barf if I have to pay this for this house, and she did, because after 5 days of me being like, and I'll straight up, she was so great too, Jeff. She was so knowledgeable, like, especially for a first time buyer. Like, it was so nice. She was challenging me. She'd be like, okay, well, Jamie, what about this? And then I was able to be like, okay, you're right, but here's the ladder. Like, here's the issue with that. And so it was cool. Like, she was testing me, and I was able, like, she was challenging me. I was able to like teach her some things.
Well, it's not easy when they might be like, well, what do you think we should go in with? And you're like, first you don't want them to overpay, and then
oh my god,
you want to like every
house,
buyer agent wants to win by $1, but it's not good.
This
right?
house, Jeff, I had like an aneurysm trying to, and I shouldn't joke about that, but seriously, trying to give her a price that I thought I got Rachel involved in everything, because the numbers that I was looking at, I'm not kidding you when I say that this house was listed 65 below what the numbers that I was looking at it, like worth-wise. I don't think that made any sense. The comparables I was finding for it were up 65 over what they were asking for it. So I'm sitting there like, who's Kyle Henry? Do you know him?
No.
Sure. Should I?
Well, it's gonna mess up the YouTube part. But...
Oh wait. Oh, never mind. We're on YouTube. Also, my phone's gonna die, so we can't actually be on here for too much time.
Okay, yeah. We'll wrap it up.
Wrap her up. I don't know what time is it. Oh, it's 11:30
sell some
or
houses.
12:30. I have to go write some shiznit down about mine.
Cool.
Get some quotes.
We'll wrap it up on your Instagram.
Yeah, I was hoping like more people had questions and stuff like that. I'll just scroll here and see. New 244 rules. Phil, I think were they always the rules? They just sent out a memo because none of us know what the fuck we're doing.
I read it. Basically, did you read that?
Yeah.
Okay, there was an agent. I don't even know what city, but we'll call it Toronto. And
oh, I didn't read that.
Okay, basically he had a scenario like this where it was no offers till Sunday. He got his own offer, and what do you think he did? He double-ended it. Yeah. People are calling on the Sunday night, and he's like, already sold it. And then they're like, what the F? And called the board, and he got fined $10,000. So, or whatever board that would have been. So,
that is a stupid amount of money. That is also probably exactly what he made.
He made 20.
I was gonna say he's a Toronto agent, so never mind. $10,000 is not a thing.
But not good that it's on your record now, and
that's true.
I'm not sure what our strike policy would be, but not good.
It's weird. I'm not sure either. Is there a website? Rage?
There's definitely where it keeps track. You can Google any realtor and see what fines he's had on him.
There you go.
On RICO for Ontario.
So new 244 rules. So what, they changed the rules? Or did they just like imply them stronger?
Yeah, I feel there's a bit of confusion, I think, between Ontario, our board, and like what we would do as a realtor a bit. So that's why I stay away from it. I just say, offers will be considered Sunday. Please bully me. Because then somebody just goes, boom.
That's how I got my first offer on Belmont. I got a phone call from Ian Sterling, and he said, so you're not looking at bullies, and I just didn't say anything.
Oh, my best, sorry to interrupt, is say, you call the listing agent and say, do you want the weekend off? Because
we're always going to say yes.
One time, it was that crazy summer where everybody was selling so much properties, and I knew that the guy I saw, he sold something stupid, like 170 over asking or something in like Westmount. And I was like, holy crazy. So he's like, I knew he was swamped with offers that day, and he was selling another one the next weekend. So I used like that strategy of knowing that he had one and he had it coming up the next weekend. That's why I said, hey, do you want the weekend off? Here's an offer Friday night. And he took it because he's probably exhausted from the last week, and he didn't want to really go through another Sunday night of like how many phone calls with all these emotional realtors.
And it's not even like you can't even be social while you're doing it, because like every 5 minutes your phone's ringing.
Sometimes they want to keep chatting, and I'm like, listen, I got your out, I gotta go, like, because I don't have time.
This is real, and this is not good on my part, but like I was so overwhelmed with Belmont. I literally didn't even call the losing agents. I fell asleep, and in the morning I was like, oh my God, Jamie, you didn't tell anybody that their offer didn't get accepted. Like, I mean,
and I try to actually
people will reach out. Yeah, people will reach out being like, hey, just want to double check. And I did have a couple phone calls, and I was like, I'm so sorry.
Oh, and to all you listing agents out there, don't just say, house sold, thanks a lot. What do you think my next freaking question is?
How much?
What did it go for, you idiots?
That said, I freaking hate when realtors are like, how much? I'm like, dude, it's on. You have access to that information. It might not be on.
But if it was like that night and they're like, thanks for everybody's good effort, bye, you're like, don't leave me in a cliffhanger.
Then you get like 7 messages anyways saying, what price?
So just write it in. The first time you say, property sold tonight, thanks for your offers.
I mean, we're all freaking curious, so it doesn't make sense.
Especially if it's sold tonight, that means it's not, you can say conditional, then we know there's no price yet, so.
True, very true.
Okay. Well, thank you.
I think that I'm excited to go to this property, figure this out for my client.
Is this paper?
Yeah, Jeff doesn't have business cards or what, a website?
I have websites
Jeff
somewhere.
doesn't believe in traditional marketing, old school, dinosaur days. No, this is...
Like this dinosaur, like this 24-year-old dinosaur. I was going to say 25. This paper.
We'll talk later.
This pen.
You could have said 35. So no, this is
35.
This is a sheet because I have to go. When I'm sitting, I can't think of like what's the foundation made of at my listing. So now I bring these and I just like foundation block. Okay.
Quickly, I had to wake up super early this morning to do this because I cannot do these during the day because everybody calls you and bothers you half the time. So
yeah,
you just get talking and then like
these are headphones on zonage type things. I know I was doing a couple of them this morning. Actually, I did this morning. This is half. Anyways, we're gonna stop boring you guys.
Okay.
See you later.
Thank you.
Follow Jeff Weibo especially if you guys want to learn how to be a realtor, because he's got this amazing course. People are like going crazy over it.
Just buying it left, right, and center.
They actually are. And didn't you have somebody just buy a ticket for your Vegas
thing we have lots
from
of Vegas.
Germany?
Oh yeah, Germany, yeah.
That's so cool.
I'm doing a mastermind in Las Vegas if anybody wants to attend. For entrepreneurs, not just real estate investors or agents or anything.
Anybody. So if you want to go see what Jeff's doing on his Instagram, it's a lot different from what I'm doing. And thank you for joining. I really, really appreciate you guys. And I will see you. I'll be in your faces for the rest of the week. But we'll see you next Friday, which is the 7th.
Ooh, good math.
Thanks.
Okay.
I didn't do math, but
bye.
Thank you for the heart.